Shri chakra wasini Devi Namaste. Shiva Sundari Devi Namaste. Shri Krishna Sodari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Padmadala Lochani Devi Namaste. Bhakta Paripalini Devi Namaste. पर्वत वर्तिनी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. करुणा विलासिनी देवी नमस्ते. कात्यायनी गौरी देवी नमस्ते. कदम्ब वनवासिनी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. शक्ति परमेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. शंभुमन मोहिनी देवी नमस्ते. शंकरी कृपाकरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. अखिलांडेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. अभयप्रदायिनी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. सत्यस्वरूपिणी देवी नमस्ते. सद्गुरु रूपिणी देवी नमस्ते. धर्मस्वरूपिणी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. अखंड परिपालिनी देवी नमस्ते. आदि पराशक्ति देवी नमस्ते. अखिल परिपालिनी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. अनाथ रक्षकी देवी नमस्ते. सौभाग्यदायिनी देवी नमस्ते. संतान फलप्रदे देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. पाहि भुवनेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. श्री विद्या रूपिणी देवी नमस्ते. शक्ति स्वरूपिणी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. राजराजेश्वरी देवी नमस्ते. Alright. हम लोग we are doing Tripura Rahasya. We already started there last week. If you remember, I think we have finished all the way till we enter Parshuram's hut, but I will just repeat it one more time. We started reading the scripture. There is one thing when we read Sanskrit scriptures, one way you should always try to read what is the first word it starts and how it ends in the last shlok. Like in Gita, it starts with Dharma Kshetra. So Dharma is the first word. And when you finish the Gita, it will end up with Nitir Mama. So Mama is the last word. So you join these two, Dharma Mama. Means my Dharma. So Gita is basically, when you read these two words, Gita is my Dharma. Krishna's Dharma. Bhagwan's Dharma. Similarly, so most of the Sanskrit scriptures, there are certain hints. So they used to say earlier times, sit with the Guru and learn it. What is happening now is people do not learn with the Gurus. They see things here and there. They just pick up small things and then they think this is Gyan. No. But when you are learning with the Guru, you spend many hours with the Guru. You walk with him for some years. Then you understand. You get all these little tricks. Like when people are reading Gita with me, Bhagavad Gita with me, I stop at certain places and I'll tell, okay, this is what you have to notice. This is what you have to notice. My Gita interpretation is totally neutral. You will not find me giving only one aspect or only Bhakti Yoga or only Advaita. No, wherever Bhagwan has taken both ways, I'm explaining in both ways. Listen, I just take this word, understand this word. Here Bhagwan is talking about Advaitic interpretation. Now listen to this word. Bhagavan is talking about Dvait, formless, form. Bhagavan is talking about, so I explain like that. So every book has this little tricks inside. It's like if you have to learn chemistry, you should know the chemistry equations. For a teacher, just the chemistry equation is enough. He sees the equation and he will know what is the whole process. Is it not? Chemistry, one equation, he will know what elements have been used, what is the atoms, what is the molecules, what is this whole process, what energy will be released, what is happening. They'll have different name of the processes also. By just one equation in chemistry, teacher will know everything. So if somebody wants to learn chemistry, he must sit with the teacher for some years and understand those tricks. Similarly, mathematics. Some teachers are so good in mathematics, mental. And so many ways, one simple thing, one simple multiplication can be taught in so many ways. There is Vedic mathematics. There is Chinese mathematics. The same mathematics, same. If I have to multiply 12 times 13, we have been taught in school such a big process. If I have to multiply 253 times 357, I was not taught Vedic mathematics in my school. I was taught regular mathematics, like a normal teacher was teaching, so you multiply like this, and then such a big multiplication, it takes so much time. As we grew up, I came to know about Vedic mathematics. And then you can do it mentally. And you can just get the result like this, like square roots. So difficult. But certain mathematic tricks and techniques, certain teachers, if you get a good teacher, and if they know those techniques, they can teach you. And it will become very easy for you to understand mathematics. So some person will do the same thing with such a big process. Another person will just do it like this mentally. And when they go and write the SAT score, this guy is still struggling and that guy is already done. So Sanskrit is like that. So many things are here. If you get a good teacher, you learn from them, you will get the tricks. But you have to spend time with the teacher. Many years, then you know. So we started with, I have given you, now this thing I'm teaching you. So those who are intelligent will apply this in their lives. Mama Dharma. Similarly, I started this is my way. I always read like this. Sanskrit, I will see how it started. So Tripura Rahasyam, the first sloka starts with, first sloka starts with Om Namaha, Om Namaha. So Om is the first word. Then I go to the last one. Last page. And then I see the shloka in Sanskrit. English translations will not have that, but the original those who can read Hindi and Sanskrit. So the last line will be in the same Tripura Rahasya is Amrita Shiva Mukhya Syu Samata Tripuraiva Reem. Sorry, Reem, not Lim. Reem. So the first letter started with Om. It ends with Reem. The book ends with Reem. So now I join both of them together. Om, Reem. Om means Sakshat, Bhagwan. Some of you will say Shiva. Yes, you're right. But when I read Gita, Bhagwan says, I am the pranav akshar Om. In Gita, Bhagwan Krishna says. So if a Krishna Bhakt says it's Krishna, yes. So Om is such a word. Somebody will say Om means Brahmapat. Yes. Om means Paramatma. Yes. Om indicates the primordial male energy. And Reem is female. This is a female pronoun. So in Shakti, when we are doing Shakti Puja, our pranavs are different. In Shakti, Om is, since we are worshipping Shakti, the pranav will be Reem. Reem ek akshar. So Om and Reem, both pranavs are existing simultaneously. When there is a male energy, there is a female energy. So there is male god and there is female god. So if some of you said Shiva, you are right. So what happens with Reem? She is Haripriya, she is Harpriya. And she is Haripriya. Reem, like we say Hari. Hari and Reem. Do you notice? They sound the same. Hari. Reem. Do they sound the same? Krishna. Cream. Do they sound the same? Ram. Reem. Somewhat same, with emphasis on air. Ha. Ram. 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 Reem. Do they sound the same? Except that E sound has been added to change the pattern of the sound. Get it? So that E, when we add that E we call is as Shakti. So when you're reading mantras, generally, so Devi mantras will have the sound E. Neem, Shreem, Kleem. So those are female energies. We have two pranavs. Omkar is not just the only pranav. If there is a pranav for Omkar, for male energy, there is also pranav for the female energy. A Shakta sees a balance of both of them. Our balance is not just one side. We know both of them. So when we read Tripura Rahasya, Tripur and Tripura, Tripurari is Bhagwan Shiva. And Tripura is his Shakti. Okay. So here, Om. Om is the male energy and it ends with Reem, female energy. Om and Reem together are the reason for everything that is existing. Om and Reem are the mantras. Om and Reem are the Nad. Om and Reem are the impersonal Brahman. Om and Reem are the form. Om and Reem are the Parabrahma Parashakti. So that Om and Reem together will indicate so many things. And they are the one existing everywhere. Without Shakti, Shakti means energy, nothing is possible. You may have everything, you have a pen, I have a pen. This is dead if I don't apply energy and start writing. I have a pen, but what is the use of the pen? I can't use it if I don't apply energy. It has everything in it, but without energy, it won't move. So even though we say male, female, we are using words to explain it in English. But we call it Shiv and Shakti. Shakti is the female energy, Shiv is the male energy. This pen is dead, is useless if I don't apply the Shakti, if I don't apply the energy. So this pen is like the Brahma, Achetan. Achetan means it has no consciousness in it. It can't do anything by itself. But if you apply the energy, it will start writing, it will start giving results. So the whole world is like that. You can't do anything if this energy is not there. So this energy is now divided into every function that you see. Every function. So same now. So everything starts with Om, that Parabrahma. Somebody will call him Shiva, somebody will call him Krishna. You can call him anything. Because he has taken different forms. He takes different forms to relate with you. So the same energy, the same thing becomes into three things. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma creates, Vishnu maintains, and Rudra, Shiva, annihilates. But how can the three do anything? They cannot do. Like this pen cannot do anything. This pen is yellow pen. I take the ink, I mix something else in it, it will become red. I mix something else in it, it will become pink. 3 pens. I will have red, pink, and green, say. Can the three do anything? No. Unless energy is provided into them. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh cannot do anything without the energy. So the whole thing that you are seeing is between these two words, Om and Reem. So when you go and sit with the Guru not only gives the knowledge, he will ask you to contemplate. So contemplate. Like how many names I gave you? You have to contemplate. There's one way here, listen here and let it go from here, no problem. One way is to listen and to contemplate. Contemplate. Next time when the word Om comes in any shloka, your contemplation should be so strong. You know different meanings of Om now. And somebody is arguing with you. That person will not have worked as much as you have done because you have contemplated. You know so many meanings of Om. Now you can say the same shloka, you will be able to present it in so many different ways. So Sanskrit is such a beautiful language. Get into the language if you can. At least vocabularies, get into it. Got it? Now let's go to the main topic because this topic will go in some different direction now. So many things just come in. All right. So we started with this chapter starts with praying to that same Parabrahma. There is another style I told you. In the scripture, there's a style. There will always be the description of that omniscient, omnipresent, super conscious energy, which is called as Parabrahma. So it starts from there, which you are able to feel, but you're not able to see. So it always will start from there, and then they bring it. And then they will come to the form. So here it started the same way. Om Nama Karanananda Rid Bija Akasha Gatrine. We bow down to that energy, super conscious energy, who is the cause of happiness, who is the cause of everything. We bow down to that, and who resides in the heart of every living being. So it started from there. That energy is the supermost, is the supreme. Nothing beyond that. That energy is the one which is taking care of the world. That energy is the one which starts as a seed and then it expands. And that energy is both together combined. Shiva Rupa and Shakti Rupa. Here it is written. Those who are reading the book, it is written. Yad Veva Shesha Sansara Dala Bija Shivatmakam Shiva Rupam Shakti Rupam Shiva Rupam Shakti Rupam Parabrahma Swarupakam. So in this three way, the same energy which is not seen is coming out in this three roop. One is Shiva Roop, then Shakti Roop, and then Brahma Roop. And I've given you the example of the garbanzo beans. Meditate on that. Two energy always in one garbanzo bean. One half is Shiva, half is Shakti. They are always joined together. They are not doing anything. But then Brahma Sarupakam. They'll, in that state, they're Brahma Sarupakam. But then suddenly they want to, suddenly the Garbanzo, when it gets the right things, it will sprout. And then so many Garbanzo beans will come. Similarly, Shiva Shakti, they bring Brahmand, one universe, and so many universes are coming out of them. They are the ones playing this game, Brahma Sarupakam, in the form of Brahma. Brahma means living and non-living. So many definitions of Brahma I have given you, but to understand it more deeply, attend the Gita classes. That is where I open up everything. Because every slok, if I start explaining here, the time goes away. So that's when we have to finish this Tripura Rahasya. So Gita classes do attend, you will understand what is Brahma in more detail. All right. So we pray to that Tripura, who is in all the three bodies. External body, right? Then our subtle body, Sukshma Roop, then our causal body, our Atma Swarup. So that Tripura is in all the three bodies. So we pray to that Tripura. Now that Tripura, we don't even know where she is. But this body itself is Tripura. That is how. This body cannot do even one single work if that energy is not there. So that this body is Tripura. She is the life energy. She is the soul. She is the Chitta Shakti. Shakti means consciousness. She is the consciousness. So we bow down to that Devi who resides in all these three things. One is the external body, one is the consciousness, one is the soul consciousness. We bow down to this Tripura. And she is the one witness of everything. Like we say, for Krishna is the witness of everything, she is also the witness of everything. As I told you, male, female are together. Ignorant are those who distinguish between all this. They're always there. Okay. And then we go on. We were meditating on Parashuram. So the story starts. The story starts that from here. Asti Dakshin Digbhage Malayadri Mahochradaya. In the southern part of India, there is a mountain, Malay Mountains, and in that Malay Mountains, so you start going on the Malay Mountains, so the description is given. So you go through many royal roads, and then you see big palaces and palatial homes, and then you're going through those royal roads, and then you reach to a mountainous area, which is very green, and then you are hearing from far off, you hear the voices of celestial voices, like ladies are singing so beautiful songs and bhajans, and then you hear those songs, and then you enter into more forest, you see lakes, and in that lake there are beautiful birds, and you enter deeper into the forest, you are hearing the sound of bees, bumblebees, and you're entering more sound of birds, and then you see animals, and you go on in this tour inside, and there, little far off, you see there are many saints. Some saints, you're hearing that, so there are some saints who are washing, who have washed their clothes, and they're putting it in hanger, and then wherever you see, there are orange robes everywhere hang in the line. They are drying and it looks like there are orange kites flying. Then you go ahead, you see there are many small huts, and there are many saints sitting there and meditating. You go to some other side, you are hearing the sounds of Vedic chants. So there are a group of saints who are saints, and these saints are not old saints with dadis, okay, with beards. There are every age group, because this is a Gurukul. So you start seeing small kids also, which are called Batuk. So these small Batuk Brahmanas are there with their head shaved, and they are also learning how to do their rituals. Then you look at them, beautiful Batuk Brahmins trying to learn the Vedas, and then you go ahead, then there are another group of people who are youngsters. Probably they are in their high school of Gurukul. They are doing arguments because they have learned books, Nyaya, Shastra, and all the Shat Shastra, Mimasa, etc. Now they are arguing with each other and trying to defeat each other in debate. So there's another group of youngsters who are debating. Then you go ahead. There are another group of little middle-aged people who are sitting around many yagya homakundas, and they're doing swaha, 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 swaha. There are other people then who are deeply engrossed in reading their book and making their notes and trying to, whatever they have heard from the gurus, trying to put it on Bhojipatra, the leaves. And so you go on seeing all these different saints. So now you know, okay, you come near the Gurukul, and then slowly you go there. Then there is a little far off, there is a nice hut, and in front of the hut, there is one saint who is sitting, meditating. And how is this saint? Very fair. Karpura Gauram. What is he wearing? White dress. And then you see his Yagyopavit, that sacred thread on him. And then he has the ashes on his head. And he is in a very silent pose. He is sitting, meditating. His whole form is very blissful. You look at him. So this is darshan that is given. And then the story continues. While he's sitting there, you see one young guy is coming, one young boy. He's also very saintly, very nice looking, glowing. He comes and sits in front of his guru. This guru is nobody else but, how do you know what is his name? So this person who is there, the disciple who came, he calls him Ram. He is Parashuram. So the guru's name is Parashuram. And then the Shishya, the disciple, says, he's going down to his guru and he says, Ramadina Daya Sindho Bhaktanugraha Vigraha. He says, O Ram, O Parshuram, you are Dina Daya Sindho. You are the ocean of compassion, and you are especially compassionate on them who surrender at your lotus feet and who are very lowly. Dina Daya Sindhu, who are very lowly. Bhaktanugraha Vigraha, and you are so compassionate, you bestow, you shower your mercy on your devotees. So I am coming in front of you and I am going down to you. I have one question in my mind. I had asked you long time ago about this question today again, and you told me I will reply you in future sometime. Today I want to remind you again. Gurudev, this question is bothering me for a long time. I hope today is the right time. Will you please explain it to me? I want the question which is bothering me is how the people of the world who are so troubled by their endless desires. The desire is the root cause of their suffering. We were reading Gita, chapter 3. Arjuna asked, why people are doing sin? As if somebody is making them do sin forcefully. Everybody knows this should not be done. But yet, something happens to them and they just go for this. Why? So Bhagavan says, Kamesha Krodesha Rajo Guna Samudbhava. In Gita, chapter 3, you have learned with me now. Bhagavan says, Kamana, the desire that comes out of Rajoguna, mode of passion, that is the source cause of misery. Your endless desires is the source cause of is the sole cause of misery. And Bhagavan in Gita told us 3 places you must be very careful. This is where your desire enters. And because of those desires, you commit sins. We learned that. Same question, similar question in a different manner. Sumedha is asking, Gurudev, people are suffering in the world. How can they get relief? Can you please tell me what they should do? Their endless suffering is the sole cause of their misery. What is the sole cause of misery? Your endless desires. Their endless desire is the sole cause of misery. How do they overcome this desire? What should they do? So he goes on asking, Param Sheyo Vaham Punyam Sarvottamam Matam Bhavet Yasmadabhyadikam Naiva Kinchiche Susadanam. Please tell me how to help people of the world who are suffering because of their endless desires. This was the question. And then he says, O Bhargav, at that time, you didn't tell me. Today, can you tell me? And then Parshuram smiles. He says, yeah, sure. Today I will tell you. And he remembers that this disciple of mine, Sumedha, has already got the blessings, that he will be writing Tripura Rahasya. And today is a time I think I should disclose. From now onwards, I should give him the knowledge of this Sri Vidya. And then he starts saying, here he says, oh, the question when he asked, he said 16 years is already gone and that time is just flew away. So, but that question is in my heart, Gurudev. Please, can you tell me? Because saintly people are such that whoever comes to them with sincere heart, saintly people, they definitely fulfill the desires of their heart. So I have only one desire. Please reply to this question of mine. Vishuddha Tripuraya Rahasyam Yasaksha Shiv Mukhachutam Vishuddhi Hridayam Sanyastam Tatkalena Shivagyaya Mai Sankrama Sarvaswam Bhakti Gyana Brihintam. Parshuram now is meditating, and then he remembers that this knowledge of Bhagavati Tripura Sundari came out from the mouth of Shiva. Bhagavati Tripura herself gave her knowledge to Bhagwan Shiva, and Bhagwan Shiva gave it to Vishnu's avatar, Vishnu's incarnation, Dattatreya, and from Dattatreya very happily gave it to Parshuram. Parshuram today remembered that moment when he received the knowledge from his own Guru. And then he said, Dattatreya, when he gave the knowledge to me, my Guru, when he gave the knowledge to me, he remembered Lord Shiva, and with his remembrance, that entire knowledge was given to me, was actually poured into my heart. And he says, this knowledge of Bhagavati Tripura is very unique. Why? He says, because it not only has Aishwarya, opulence, it also develops renunciation. So here in the Hindi it says, यह ऐश्वर्य वैराग्य युक्त एवं ऐतिहासिक अनोखापन लिए है, यह प्रधान तंत्र सर्वस्व है, यह जिस किसी को नहीं देना चाहिए. He says, this, if you know about Bhagavati Tripura, this knowledge is full of two things. One, it can fulfill your desires. But the desire, as I told you, desires are the cause of bondage. But this knowledge, if somebody has, their desires are also fulfilled, and it also teaches you how to be detached. So both the things have to go together. And this we have stressed enough in Dattatraya's teaching, in Gita also. So here he says, I got this knowledge from my Guru. It can fulfill the desires. At the same time, if somebody really understands it, they will be beyond the desires. And when they are beyond their desires, definitely the renunciation is there, the liberation is there, salvation is there. Understand these 2 points very clearly. Because people go to Bhagavati Lalita Tripura Sundari only for their desires. And they think, just by keeping on asking my desires, I will be liberated. No. Your desires will be fulfilled. But at the same time, you have to develop detachment with your desires. Desires are like, like fire. You put ghee in the fire will go on increasing. Desires are like that. Every desire that comes, goes on increasing, just like the fire. So whether you read Gita or whether you read Tripura Rahasya, Gita is much easier to understand. Tripura Rahasya is a lot of names here, a lot of Sanskrit. So it becomes confusing. But whether you read Tripura Rahasya or whether you read Gita, you can have your desires, no problem with that. But The emphasis is on developing your detachment. Unless you develop your detachment, liberation is not possible. Do not think somebody will give it to you. Nobody will give it to you. You have to work for it. You have to live in this world with everything in a detached manner. We are reading Trishati, Lalita Trishati. There is a name for Lalita. Lakshman Anuja Pujita. Lord Rama. Lord Rama is worshipping Lalita Tripura Sundari. Do you think Lord Rama was attached to anything? A person who can even leave his wife. So he was King Rama. Okay, the knowledge came to him from where? Vishwamitra and Vashishta, both were Lalita Tripura Sundari worshippers. What qualities they were? They had everything, yet detached. Saintly gurus, they have big ashrams. They have everything. They feed thousands of people every day. But are they attached? They're not attached. So you can have all things for yourself. But the key is, do not get attached to anything. Key is that. If you live like this, then you have, as they say, bhog and moksha together. Bhog means all the things that you need to enjoy, and at the same time, liberation. King Janaka's example, Krishna has taken in Gita. We read it. He didn't even have attachment to his body, and yet he was a king. Knowledgeable king. So when you're thinking of bhog means sensory desires. Think like King Janak. You can have everything. At the same time, be detached. How will you be detached? You'll be detached only when you have the habit of giving it to others. Living your life like yagya, as I explained in Bhagavad Gita, yagya sistina santo munchite sarva kalbishahi. Bhog does not mean me, mine, only for me. No. Bhoga means I will ask from God, I will take it. When will I take it? After sharing it with everybody else. And when I have to share with everybody else, who are those everybody else? First, my family members, then my friends, relatives, my ancestors, this world, the earth, all the animals, everything. When we live our life like that, then no problem. So people, when they are thinking, oh, Lalita gives bhog and moksha, bhog and moksha, bhog and moksha. This is the concept. You have everything. Live like King Janak, no problem. Live like King Bali, no problem. Live like King Parikshit, no problem. These are all kings. Live like King Amrish, no problem. These are all kings. They have everything that they want. But if somebody comes, Bali, Bhagwan comes as Vaman, asks him those alms, and he's ready to give everything. Who does that? You have all the riches and you give it. This is detachment. King Janak's kingdom is burning. He's not afraid. This is detachment, because that time satsang is happening. Satsang is the most important thing. This is detachment. King Parikshit came to know, 1 week I have to pass away. The serpent is going to come and bite me. Before even the Bhagavad started, in one chapter, Shukdev Maharaj dedicated only for one, in talking about different Devi Devatas, and by worshipping them, you can prolong your life. He talks, Shukdev Ji. Just to see. He gives him an option. You have an option, Raja. You can pray to all these Devi Devatas and you can live a longer life. Parikshit Ji Maharaj said, no. This is not interested. Only one small chapter he gave. He said, no, Maharaj, no, Gurudev, please, let's go to Krishna Katha. So all of these great people, they had all the riches, yet the detachment also was very, very strong. When it comes time to live, give it. So Bhog and Moksha, together, they go together. This is what Ma Lalita Tripura Sundari's form is all about. I hope you understood, because here the word that he used was very, very important. This knowledge gives you both together. All right. And this knowledge should not be given to people who don't believe in this. Okay. So those who believe in Ma Tripura, to them this knowledge should be given. Now here he goes on saying, हे भार्गव, उसी पराभक्त अपने शिष्य सुमेधा को सुअवसर देकर यथा समय तुम यह रहस्य बतला देना, ताकि इसे वह ग्रंथ रूप में प्रतिपादित करे। तंत्र सार का यह संग्रह नियमित क्रम के पाप प्रक्षालन हेतु धन्य होगा। कर्मबद्ध ग्रंथ रूप में इसका निर्माण करके इसे शिष्यों को पढ़ाएगा. So when Sumedha Rishi, the disciple Sumedha, went to Parashuram and Sumedha put forward this question again, then Parashuram remembered, okay, Dattatreya, my guru, had told me one day Sumedha will come, you have to give all the knowledge to Sumedha, and then Sumedha will write a book on this. So this time had come, and then Parashuram opened his eyes, looked at Sumedha and said, Sumedha, I will initiate you. So tomorrow, he said, wait for some time. And then tomorrow there is a beautiful nakshatra, Pushya nakshatra. In that time, in that auspicious time, I will initiate you and I will give you all the directions. And then with that mantra, you go and pray. And then you will get all the knowledge of this goddess, Lalita Tripura Sundari. You will understand all the mysteries of it. So next day, Sumedha comes again. The Guru gives all the knowledge. Guru gives the mantra. First mantra he got, and then with that mantra, Sumedha went to the jungle and he sat down meditating. Now understand these two parts. Very important. People come to the Gurus, only listening lectures, how much it is going to help. You'll be bored after some time. Same lectures. The lecture is the same. After some time, you'll be bored. So, lectures backed by your practice. This is what will take you ahead in the long run. How much time can you spend with the Guru? How much time? And how much can the Guru speak? But you learn from the Guru something. Then the Guru has given you some techniques. You must sincerely practice that. Otherwise, you will just waste life in arguing, finding answers, reading books, going one Guru after the other Guru. No, that is not the way. You are learning from a Guru. The Guru has given you some techniques, some method, some mantra. You must start practicing that. The practice is very, very important. The practice helps you to focus your mind. All these things cannot get into you if your mind is not stable. Bhagwan, second chapter, he starts saying, second chapter, he says, you have to become Sthita Pragya to understand this. Stable mind will get the knowledge. Otherwise, you'll read books, so much knowledge is there. Stability of the mind is important, and to make the mind stable, mantras are given. So Sumedha Rishi got the mantra now. Knowledge he will get from the Guru. But how will that knowledge stay if the mind is unstable? So along with the knowledge, the practice of the sadhana is the most important thing. Do not take sadhana lightly. Do your sadhana, do your chant. Increase it daily and daily. As much as you can do. So Sumedha Rishi is doing the same thing. He went, he took the mantra and he practiced the mantras. And here it says, he's doing his sadhana and he practiced it for 369 months. 369 months. He's fine-tuning his mind with the mantra, with the kriya that was given during the initiation. And one day, he's so deeply engrossed. This practice of mantra takes you to that level. It is called tanmayata, means you are so deeply engrossed that you even forget your body. You forget your breath. Forget yourself. You are no more. You are that pure soul. You are in that soul consciousness. When you reach to that soul consciousness level, it happened to Sumedha. And then he's seeing Divine Mother is coming in front of him as a small 10-year-old girl. This is Bala Tripura Sundari. Sumedha is chanting the mantra, so deeply engrossed, focused, and that day, Ma Bala Tripura Sundari appears in front of him as 10-year-old. So the Bala Tripura Sundari is so beautiful. Her form has been described. She is shining bright, like as if millions of suns have just arisen. So Bala Tripura Sundari appears, millions of suns are just arisen, and then he looks at her. It is all happening to him inside his soul. But he thinks, I am dreaming. Obviously, for so many years he has been chanting, he didn't see her. He's just believing the Guru's word and chanting the mantra. And suddenly she's coming, she's appearing, it all appears like a dream. He sees her. And at that moment, he starts praying. Jai Shri Tripure Matar Jaye, Malambike Paraye, Jai Bhakta Priya Nityam, Jai Karunya Vigrahe, Lokatri Kramollasit, Vastu Purva Sthitiriyatah, Tripureti Tata Prokta, Brahmadinam Parashaya, Mahimnaste Lesham, Harihar Bhavadyapi, Paramnu Vaktum Gyatum Va, Prabhava Iya Devadi Guruvaha. He says, Oh Mother, I am so grateful to see you today. I bow down to you. You are Tripura. You are the Shakti of everything. I do not even know right now. I am speechless. Brahma, Vishnu, also they cannot describe your glories. I am helpless. I feel speechless. I'm dumbstruck. What am I supposed to say? I don't even know what prayers I should do. But I bow down to you. All I know, oh Balambike, oh Balamba, oh Mother, you love your devotees. You are permanent. You are always there. And you are the form of compassion. I bow down to you. I bow down to you. All the three worlds are under you. You are always very happy. You are free from everything. Everyone bows down to you. Even Brahma cannot do one thing if you do not give him the energy to do. So all the three worlds are doing, all the three worlds are worshipping you. They are helpless without you. Even I do not know, oh Mother, how to even praise you. For maybe Brihaspati, the gurus of all the devatas, maybe he will be able to write a nice stuti for you. I feel helpless right now. I do not know what to speak about you. If somebody is not worshipping your feet, how will they know your glories? Oh, Mother, looking at your feet, I can only say, your feet are like the Chintamani. Chintamani is a philosopher's stone, which can fulfill the desires of the devotees. Oh Mother Divine, I bow down at your feet. Your feet are like the philosopher's stones who can fulfill the desire of all their devotees. Your form is like the form of compassion. Just by looking at you, compassion is just flowing. I do not have any words to describe you. Maybe the gurus of the devatas, they can describe, but right now I can only say, I know how merciful you are, how gracious you are, how compassionate you are. You can fulfill the desire of everyone. I had only one desire. You know my desire. I wanted to see you. And here you are today. Oh Mother, I boldly say this. Just by worshipping you, everything will get fulfilled. Oh, If somebody has just surrendered all their sensory organs at your feet, if somebody has surrendered their body at your feet, all their senses, their mind at your feet, what else they have to desire for? They have nothing more to ask from you. So here again, he's focusing on that. Surrender your senses, your mind, your body to Maa Lalita Tripura Sundari. And he goes on praising her. Different words are coming. Your form, then he goes on saying, oh mother, your form is full of bliss. तुम्हारी आकृति परम आनंद स्वरूपा है, परम कल्याण स्वरूप जीवों के रूप में अवस्थिति बनाए रखने वाली तुम ही हो. You are the one who is taking care of this entire world. You are in the form of pleasure, in the form of joy, in the form of happiness, everywhere. And then he praises like this. And after some time, in the deep meditation, in the deep trance, he's seeing her, he's praising her. And after some time, that form disappears. When the form disappears, he opens his eyes. He's like, was I dreaming? It was like a dream. How can that happen? What should I do? Should I go and talk to my Guru about this? No. What am I going to talk about? Talk to my Guru about this. This was just a dream. I don't think so I could talk about this. Something just happened. And then he comes out of the trance and he does not know what to do. He does not want to go to his Guru and does not want to say anything about it. Then the story goes on. Mother, he still remembers. He's opened his eyes, but he's still remembering. Mother came. I spoke to mother. I praised her so much. And then mother was so happy. She kept her hand on my head. Was it real? Was it unreal? She was smiling, but she was shining. And me, I spoke so many beautiful words for her. How is that even possible? So he's like totally in a very different stage of mind. He's like, I don't know what just happened. And then it goes on, the story goes on. He says, even though I heard it, but looks like I was dreaming. So when the next day, Divine Mother again comes to him. So this day he saw it, but the next day she comes, she does not come in a form. Now she is formless. And he only hears a sound. Divine Mother says, oh Sumedha, trust me. You actually saw me. Now go to your Guru and tell him that you have seen me. Whatever you experienced was the truth. So this I am quoting it. It's very important because many times people come to me and they are like, I saw this, I saw that, I saw this, I saw that. How do you know it is truth or not? In the beginning, there are stages where there are hallucinations. Whatever images you have stored of this Devi, that Devi. So when you are praying, you will see those images coming out. So many times I have this habit of breaking their hallucinations. So when people say, oh, I saw this particular divine form. So first thing is you are chanting one mantra, you are seeing some other divine form. So it is natural because, and then you think, oh, are they connected? Are these two forms connected? They could be. But your whole goal is to connect with the mantra, and the mantra has to give you that form that is the mantra's form. If some other Devi Devtas are coming, when you're meditating, you have to pray and tell to them, thank you, Bhagwan, you have come in this form, but I actually want to see the form which I am meditating upon. So show me that form. So these forms will vanish. Then again, you will see something in your meditation. Is this correct or not? This could be hallucinations. Many times people see that they see Kalima. They'll say, I saw Kalima. Or they'll see Baglamukhi, or they'll see Dhumavati, or they'll see Tara. And their image of Tara will be, oh, or Kali is like, she's I could see blood in her tongue. They'll say like that. Or her feet is red. or she's holding the dagger. So my question is like, why? Why is she holding the dagger? Whom is she fighting? So you only saw Kalima, or did you see Rakta Bij also? If she's fighting, you should see Rakta Bij also, no? Why that Kalima cannot be pure form? So what did you see? You saw an image that you have seen in pictures. Is really Kalima like that? Oh, I saw Kalima with, the same pictures what you see. Mundamala with Mundamala, with the skulls. I'm like, there are thousands of flowers in the universe. Why would she come with skulls to you? Why? Is that her form? Really? There's another name for Kali, Krishna. She's very attractive. So why would she only wear skull mala? Because for years you have only seen skulls. Nobody made a beautiful picture of Kali where she's not wearing skull mala and where her tongue is not inside. Because whatever the iconography or painters. So when you're meditating and you're thinking, you're meditating on some Devi, and then this form comes. Or sometimes people say, Dhumavati came. You are worshipping Baglamukhi and Dhumavati is coming. So then you will ask, oh, what is the connection? Well, there could be connections, but let me tell you, the connection is in your consciousness. You have seen images like this. Hundreds of images in your consciousness you carry. And when you are meditating, one after the other, the images will come. Because you carried those images. So you have to, when you are meditating deeply, you have to tell, okay, not this image, not this image. You cannot hate anybody, okay? You cannot say, you have to pray to all the images. Yes, thank you for coming in this form, not this image. I want to see the real image. I want to see the real Ma. People will see Baglamukhi and they'll say, oh, she was holding the tongue of that Asura. So you saw that she was holding the tongue of the Asura. So how was the Asura? If you're really seeing that, you're in the scene. You're in that live scene, is it not? What was she wearing? Explain everything if you saw. Okay, you didn't see the Asura, no problem. You just saw her. What else you saw? Why was she not sitting on a chair? Why was she talking? How did she smell? When she comes, she will come with everything. All your internal organs have to be so engrossed. You hear her. He is seeing, Sumedha is seeing, and Sumedha is talking and praising. Afterwards, he came out and he's like, still doubting. And then mother had to come, no, don't doubt. I was there. So when you're on the sadhana path, you have to go on purifying. You have to get to the point where the mind is at one point. It's a journey by itself. All images you have to say, okay, I want to see the original one. And when the original one comes, the original one will give proofs also of her coming to you. She will. You will feel hallucination, because when you have worked so hard, everything feels like hallucination. Then at one time when it really happens, you'll feel like something is wrong. But that original one will give proofs to you. No, it was not wrong. Whatever you saw, whatever happened, there'll be an explanation to everything. And then you know, okay, this explanation works. This is right. You will not have to go to anybody to ask. It will happen to you. It will change your nature so much. It will change you completely. So here, Ma came to him and told, I was there, I came to you. Trust me. Go to your Guru and you tell him. So he goes to his Guru and Guru hears it and he's very, very happy. Wow. Bala Tripura Sundari, you saw her. And Guru is very, very happy. And then he says, oh, my student, to him, Sumedha, I am very, very happy. And let me also tell you, let me also confirm, whatever you saw, I was there and it is truth. And now I'm going to give you more knowledge. about the Sri Vidya, the way I got it from Dattatreya. Now understand. First Guru gave him the Bala mantra, and then he had to practice it. Then now Guru says, I will give you the Sri Vidya as I learned from Dattatreya. Now you're ready to understand. This is what is happening when I tell you guys to practice the Gunjaran. I gave you the mantras. Do the mantra sincerely. Do the Kriya sincerely. Prepare your mind for that. For the knowledge of Sri Vidya. This is not small workshops. You put your heart, mind and soul into it. So you will get everything. Within 2-3 years, you'll be a different student. But the practice of that sadhana has to go on. If you only hear lectures, it is one part, it is important. But sadhana is the second part. Both are important. People go take mantras. They do not take the theory. They are lost. People only hear the lectures. Do not do the sadhana. They do not get that much benefit. So hear the lectures and do your sadhana. Then you will be in the right path. Okay. So here we are going now. So Guru Parashuram said, I will give you the entire Sri Vidya. And then he initiated him. And then here he goes on, he's saying to Sumedha, I am giving it to you, but protect this Sri Vidya. Do not give it to people who are undeserving. Give it only to people who are deserving. Do not give it to non-devotees. And but who are Sadachari Shishyas. Sadachari means those whose character is very good. Give this knowledge to them. And this is what my Guru Dattatreya told me. Parashuram is saying, my Guru Dattatreya told this to me, and the same thing I'm giving it to you, but pass it on in a very pure manner. Do not just give it to anybody and everybody. This is not for anybody else. This you have earned from your hard work, and you are going to do a great work in future. So for that, we are preparing you. And after that, he got the entire knowledge because his mind was prepared now to get the entire knowledge. And then he moves on from there. Sumedha, and from there, he goes on to Halasyapur, where there is goddess Meenakshi. And after going there, he goes to a river called Suvarna Padmani. And there he goes and sits and meditates again in the next level of the Sri Vidya Diksha. By meditating on Mother Divine, he regulated all his senses, all his mind. And with all his mind, he was worshipping Ma Lalita, and he continued this sadhana again for another 5 years. And after that, one day, he was so deeply engrossed. He was doing the sadhana, and in his deep sadhana, he is seeing Lord Shiva. Because Shiva and Shakti are going together. See, I told you in the class itself, Shiva and Shakti are going together. If you are worshipping Tripura, Shiva will always be there. And he is the main Guru. Without him, nothing is possible. So Guru Tattva is Shiva Tattva. And that Shiva Tattva is coming in different forms. So Parashuram is also a Guru. Dattatreya is also a Guru. But here he was meditating, and Lalita is also a Guru. So here he was seeing Lord Shiva. He's meditating on the Guru Tattva. And in that meditation, suddenly he's seeing Narad Ji. So another Guru he sees in his heart. And then he's so deeply engrossed seeing Narad Ji. And Narad Ji is actually come. And Narad Ji just sees, he's not even opening his eyes. So Narad Ji plays his veena. When he plays his veena, Sumedha opens his eyes. He's like, the person whom I was seeing inside is the same person outside. So how is... And then he realizes, oh, this is Narad Ji. This is actually Narad Ji. He says, oh, Narad Ji, I'm so sorry. I was so deeply engrossed in my meditation. I didn't realize you have come. I'm really, really sorry. But you have come. You are a great saint. People are blessed just by having your darshan. And you have come to give me darshan. How blessed I feel today. But I have certain questions now. Looking at you, Gurudev, you have come in the form of Guru and you are everybody's Guru. I know you. So I have certain question now in front of you. Can I just put it? Narad Ji says, questions to me? What questions? And he says, how is it that you are standing outside and you are sitting inside me? I just want to know that what just happened. So please explain me this. So what happened? that conversation will go on tomorrow. We will hear it tomorrow. Okay. So with this, we have ended the first chapter of Tripura Rahasya. Tomorrow we will start with the second one. All right. Time is up. So good night to everybody. No more questions, no more comments. So great. Have a Lalitamay night and a Lalitamay day, everybody. We'll meet tomorrow. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Lalitama.
Jai Maa.
Jai Maa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.